What is happening? We have updated our enforcement guidelines. I think Twitch needs to stop caving to these goons, okay? These little goobers that are cynically crying about like hateful misconduct happening on a platform that literally has the most rigorous application of its own terms of service. It's crazy that the guys that are yelling from Kick. Like, it's such a overt and cynical, silly ass thing. And it's like people who are banned, by the way, I know people who are banned because they violated the terms of service are now attacking the platform and trying to do anything and everything they possibly can. As a part of our hateful conduct policy, we prohibit the use of term that may not be harmful or abusive in isolation, but can be used as a slur to denigrate others in certain contexts. In line with that approach, starting today, using the term Zionist to attack or demean another individual or group of people on the basis of their background or religious belief is against our rules. We recognize that Zionists or Zionism also refer to a political movement. Using the term to refer to the political movement, whether in a supportive or critical way, does not violate our hateful conduct policy. Our goal isn't to stifle conversation about criticism of an institution or ideology, but to prevent coded hate directed at individuals or groups of people. We include examples of language we prohibit in our enforcement here. Okay, like, chat, you do realize, like, you're all gonna get banned, right? I mean, it's fine. If you want to get banned, you can get banned. I know that you disagree with this, and I disagree with it as well, but there's not really anything you can do. It's just, it is what it is. Twitch is caving and capitulating to people that are 100% doing this cynically in an effort to basically hurt the platform that they were banned from. Move to Kick? No, I'm not going to move to the fucking Nazi website, dude. Get the out of here. People are so stupid. Yeah, dude, I know. We should move to Kick, a platform that definitely has a rigorous application of terms of service. You just can't use Zionism as an insult. And that's what, or Zionist as an insult is what they're saying. It is what it is. You just got to live with it. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. There's nothing I can do about it. All of this cynical smear campaign with mass hate emails being sent to every advertiser, like all of this brigading from institutions that normally don't give a shit, are not like actually genuinely offended or anything, but just don't want any fucking drama whatsoever, are going to have repercussions. And this is what I've been talking about over and over again, saying that like these guys literally have tried to forcibly trigger an adpocalypse and are making Twitch, like they're forcing Twitch to just, be punished. Like, no matter what happens, I'm not one of these people that's like, even if it's something that's stupid, okay? And this is a stupid conduct enforcement policy. It's really vague, and it's really difficult to truly figure out like how to use it. But like the reality of the matter is, if you say fascists, no one is going to get mad at you. So that's what I will continue to do. Is it bannable to call terrorists terrorists based on their background? No, it's not. You want to know why it's not? Because Islamophobia is institutionally permitted. Hello, welcome. Okay, understand the world that we exist in. Wake up. There's not really much I can do about it. It is what it is. Read the examples it gives under enforcement notes. It seems fine. The language used to call review. We want to make sure that our hateful conduct policy continues to be flexible and cover terms that may be used to cause harm to others. We'll continue to evaluate. Yeah, I just think that like they're caving to like Zionism, people use it as a catch-all to say all Jews. And what they don't realize is when that happens, then the same people that have been crying about it are going to turn around and say, look at all the times where they were talking about Zionism. This violates the policy. Why haven't you banned this guy? I'm telling you right now, it's like a two-step program. That's precisely what they're going to do now. They have all my chats logged, like my community's chats logged. They're going to go back to the advertisers and be like, Twitch is not following through on its own enforcement policies. Look at all the times when like people have talked about Zionism, the political ideology, and Twitch itself now recognizes Zionism as a different way to say, Jewish person. Which is not true, right? I have talked over and over and over again under very academic settings about these sorts of values. Like the hilarity of the situation is this is unironically what conservatives used to complain about when they fantasized about like college campuses not letting free speech exist in an environment. And they're doing that. Like, there's never been a moment where I haven't specifically offered context, like historical context or analysis in this sort of stuff when I'm covering these sorts of issues. And yet, it's so easy to just like rob it of its context and just be like, no, this guy is anti-Semitic. This guy is hateful. And then basically fucking repeat it over and over and over again, and like bully advertisers as well who are afraid of political content regardless. And then Twitch is scared of massive losses of revenue, or even like Amazon, you know, coming down the hammer and striking Twitch in a meaningful way. So they just like cave. It's people very cynically using a lot of these organizations' lack of interest in getting into any controversy or putting themselves out there in any meaningful fashion. It's basically them, you know, caving to this. It's caving to like very clearly cynical losers who are falsely smearing people as like anti-Semitic from a platform that has like literally straightforward Nazi shit, like a platform that houses Nazis. You know what I mean? Like, these are kick streamers yelling about fucking Twitch. It's so obvious what's going on. Like, and it's not even hidden. You know what I mean? Look, this is from their own fucking subreddit, right? The guy who's doing this, Dan Can't Stream, he's like the main guy. No bad tactics, only bad targets. They would just as soon use these methods on you. Strategy number one of the CIA when they want to topple a far/left government is to create infighting. You are not MAGA enough. You are not a real freedom fighter. To my knowledge, the CIA doesn't engage in canvassing operations or advocacy. This tactic should have been left to the Autism Squad or whatever the secret DG operatives call themselves. Destiny may lose credibility as an advocate for democracy if he allows or supports his community in sharing information with fascist, democratic media figures. Turning the fascist machinery against itself is a fair game. It's effective warfare, and I completely disagree with your high road take. This is when they were talking about going to libs of TikTok. Libs of TikTok. Chaya Raichik is that fucking transphobic loser that they were collaborating with, and his own community was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you working with these fucking fascists to try to take down Twitch? And he basically was like, I don't care. I just want to take them down. I will work with whoever I can. I've heard they have a Tom Cotton collab in the works as well. And it's like, that's it. You are having one of the most far-right orgs take down far-left content, both of them hating Jews, creating huge stress for the moderates of both parties and forcing both to want a distance from them. The meme of this is a weapon of the enemy. We do not need this for anime. In real life, we pick up the proverbial gun and shoot the motherfucker. Not just yelling, but also engaging in Islamophobia in the process of calling out hate speech. Very weird. They aren't going to stop until HasanAbi is banned. They straight up said it, lol. I know. And like, they don't care. That's the worst part about it, is that like, look, in their endless like interest of getting Destiny unbanned, which is like what Dan openly said he wanted to do, or get me banned, one or the other, right? They're basically fucking destroying this goddamn platform, or trying to destroy this goddamn platform. And it's fucking crazy. It's very frustrating to see that like these guys are basically botting mass email campaigns talking about how anti-Semitic the platform is over and over again. And it is the least anti-Semitic out of all the fucking platforms out there. And I say this as someone who combats anti-Semitism on a regular fucking basis. And I'm losing my mind because the people that are doing it are literally collaborating with Nazis on the fucking platform with actual Nazis. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Creative mischief, you're missing this part. Oh, here. Prohibited example, Zionist, name of animal. Allowed example, Zionist settlers keep encroaching Palestinian borders. Yeah, we prohibit the use of terms that may not be harmful or abusive in isolation, but can be used as a slur to denigrate others in certain contexts. Yeah, that's basically it. Similar to terms that may be used as a proxy for a protected group, we treat Zionists as a proxy for Jews or Israelis if the word is used in a context to promote harm or violence, or when used to make dehumanizing comparisons, or perpetuate anti-Semitic stereotypes. Comments regarding Zionism that are about the political movement, including criticism, do not violate our hateful conduct policy. Comments that call for violence against Zionism as a political movement, or comments that would otherwise violate our policies, are not allowed. So that's it. You can't use it as a pejorative. You can talk about it as a political movement. And I know a lot of you are going to want to try and use it as a pejorative. And every single person that's like saying that right now, every single person that's like using that as a pejorative is getting logged. You're most likely going to get banned from the platform. Okay. Not only are you going to get banned from the platform, but before you get banned from the platform, Destiny will use the things that you're saying in the chat And his community will use the things that you're saying in the chat to try to get me banned from the platform as well. I'm just letting y'all know. Literally like saying you can't say Nazis are bad. No, it's not like that. You can say Zionism is a harmful political ideology. I agree it's dumb to capitulate, but it also seems like it's the same as the wheat thins controversy, so at least they're being consistent. Maybe I'm off base. It is no different than the wheat thins controversy, except this time anti-Semitism is real, unlike anti-white racism or whatever the So obviously, while most brands don't have a problem with the term cracker, when you establish guidelines and rules about Zionism in this way, and you basically say, no, the framing that like Zionism can be a catch-all or a substitute for Jewish people, then yeah, a lot of people will also agree with that. There is no institution that is going to uphold anti-white racism, okay, or treat it seriously. But of course, anti-Semitism, unlike anti-white racism, like saying the word cracker, is a real thing. Anti-Semitism is a real thing. It's a real historic wrong. I guess the only thing I can say is this, it's going to go away eventually. You just have to wait it out, It sucks. And I wish that these guys would like spend their time and efforts on something else, but they're not going to stop, especially when like, when an institution actually caves to this kind of like cynical framing, they get a taste of it. Like there's a reason why it compounded since like the A-Ripes podcast got banned. Because if someone is just constantly going, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, and the platform doesn't actually offer it any sort of, any sort of seriousness, it's illegitimate. And I know this because like these guys went to the New York Post and like every outlet they possibly could with this story, and no serious outlet took it seriously. They were like, okay, this seems like yet another instance where you are conflating anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. We're not going to cover it. So it was always like illegitimate propaganda rags that were engaging in it. But that's neither here nor there. Like the only people that would like take this kind of shit seriously was the likes of Richie Torres. It would never have been a thing, but then Twitch took action against the Sabra Hummus tier list. And then when Twitch took action against the Sabra Hummus tier list, just like the cracker thing, it became a serious situation. It's only real if a legitimate institution takes the cynical framework seriously. If everyone goes, you guys are ridiculous, you literally have... You're yelling from the platform that has like straight up neo-Nazis on it. Shut the up. How ridiculous of you. Then it doesn't go anywhere. They can compound on it over and over again and just like manifest or fester in their own hatred. But then when institutions do take it seriously out of fear because they are worried, then obviously in that process, now people are going to write articles about this, right? Yeah, ADL liked it. They said in the time of dangerously escalating anti-Semitism, we commend Twitch for changing their policy regarding the use of Zionist as a slur and proxy for hate against Jews. We are glad that Twitch acted on our recommendation to make this change. However, policy is only strong as enforcement, and we will be vigilant and appropriately skeptical about Twitch's enforcement of this new policy. When one of the larger streamers on Twitch, Hasan Piker, spends the hours after the Amsterdam pogrom minimizing the harm without consequence, it's still the platform has far to go. It's like, dude, what do you want me to do? Tailor my news coverage to fucking lie? Like, I hate this. I hate this so much. Like they called me out by name too. Like that's insane. Like why are you invested in this, man? You're the freaking ADL. Anti-Semitism is exploding all around the fucking planet, and especially in the United States of America. And you're over here talking about a dude who is not anti-Semitic, who fights against anti-Semitism so consistently because you don't like the way that he's covering shit. Like that's insane. It's so gross. Like this is, yeah, they want me to, what do you want me to do? Fucking be like, Israel is the best? I'm sorry, guys. There it is. You got it. You won. Israel is the best. There's no genocide happening. Israel, and if there was one happening, it's good. Is that what you want me to say? I hate this shit. It is so deliberately like trying to stop real fucking speech, like normal conversations from taking place on this matter. It is so fucked up. I feel like I'm losing my goddamn mind, dude. Fizz, the ADL praised our team's moderation when we were helping AOC for how little anti-Semitism they saw in the chat, but now all of a sudden you're anti-Semitic. Yeah, this community has been so active in fighting against anti-Semitism, more so than virtually every other community online. And the reason for that is because we are very knowledgeable on this, okay? That's it. Many people don't even understand anti-Semitism. Many people don't even think about it. They might say shit that is anti-Semitic without even realizing it. We don't even let that shit slide. I use that as an educational opportunity all the damn time.